This is Energized, a podcast about simple ways you can improve your energy. I'm Dina, a naturopath, personal trainer and wellness coach with 14 years experience working with a wide range of clients to help improve their health, fitness and overall energy. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Energized. I'm so excited to be back in your ears for another week. And this week I'm talking all about sickness and the message that it's sending to your body. So it's that time of year when there are lots of bugs flying around, lots of viruses infecting people, causing colds and coughs, sore throats, runny noses, and, in extreme cases, the flu. While I'm seeing a lot of that in clinic at the moment, I thought it would be a good time to jump on here and talk about what's happening in your body when you are getting sick. So before I get started, just my general health disclaimer. While I am a qualified naturopath and personal trainer, any information or anything that I talk about in this podcast is general in nature. So if you would like some individualized advice specific to you and your needs, please jump on my website, dinasavitz.com, and book in for a naturopathic consultation. Now, let's talk about what it is that is going on in your body when you get sick. So it's completely 100% normal to get sick, right? Especially in winter, especially when our vitamin D levels might be a little bit lower. Our immune system might feel a little bit compromised. It's colder outside. There tend to be more bugs around. And a lot of people tend to get sick during winter, which is known as the cold and flu season. However, that doesn't have to be the case. So I'm not saying that you can completely avoid getting sick, but I am saying that if you're someone who does get sick very often, then this might be something that you want to look into and address specifically with a naturopath or a herbalist. And today, I just wanted to give my top 5 tips for what I tell people to do when you do catch a cold or you get a sore throat or a runny nose or a cough, whatever it is, some kind of virus or infection that makes you feel a little bit under the weather. So my first tip is to rest. Unfortunately, there has been this push by certain marketing messages, especially in Australia, to soldier on when you get sick. And that's not what your body needs. Your body really requires you to rest, to take a day off work if you can, to try and just relax a little bit. Possibly the cause of you getting sick is because you're under a lot of stress, and so then your immunity is slightly decreased, and therefore catching a cold or coming down with something is your body's way of telling you that it's time to rest. So if that's possible, that would be my number 1 tip that I tell people to do. The second tip is to increase your fluid intake. So whatever it is that you've caught is something that is inside your body, right? And it's causing the symptoms, whether it's the runny nose or that cough that doesn't seem to go away, or even a sinus infection, whatever it is, it's inside you and you want to try and get rid of it. You want to try to increase your body's natural defense mechanisms in order to rid your body of that virus. A really good way to do that is to increase your fluid intake. So drinking lots of water, having herbal teas as well, and I can give you some examples. Or actually, in my first podcast episode, I talked about chamomile tea. That's a really good herb for helping your body to overcome a virus because it's antiviral. And yeah, just trying to increase your water intake as much as possible. So warm water can be good as well to help flush out whatever is affecting you at the moment. My third tip is for you to take some herbs that will help to speed up your recovery. So stay tuned for my herb of the week, which I'm going to talk specifically about my absolute favorite immune herb of all time. But in the meantime, think about herbs like echinacea, elderberry, olive leaf extract. All of these, thankfully, are quite common to be able to purchase in a health food store or a pharmacy. And all of these can help boost your immune system and help you recover from a cold or a sickness faster. One thing I might add here is that it is important to see a herbalist or a naturopath, specifically when you've come down with something, because there are herbs that are specific for sore throats, herbs that are specific for a runny nose that is connected to a virus, or a runny nose that's connected to a bacterial infection, or hay fever, for example. Sinus issues, coughs. There are herbs that are specific to help you cough up something, or there's herbs that are also specific to help stop that cough, especially if you've got that postnasal drip that's happening and you want to try to reduce that or help you sleep at night. So yeah, there are specific herbs for different conditions. So I do advise, however, if that's not possible right now, then you could also just get onto echinacea, olive leaf extract, and elderberry. They're 3 really good herbs that will help speed up your recovery. My fourth tip is to drink some chicken soup. So if you're not vegetarian or vegan, obviously, if that's the case, you could have just some vegetable broth, but chicken soup is especially good for getting over a sickness because it contains cysteine, and that just helps your body recover faster. And then my final tip is to reduce mucus forming foods. So dairy is one of the big culprits when it comes to mucus forming foods. So we tend to produce more mucus when we have dairy. So just for the period that you are sick, trying to reduce any dairy is a good idea. Bananas are another one, which could be helpful, especially if you've got a runny nose or you've got a cough or something where you're producing a lot of mucus. Trying to have foods that will decrease that mucus is going to be super helpful. So just to summarize again, the 5 tips that you can do to help you recover fast from a cold or when you get sick. Number 1, most important, is to rest. Number 2 is to increase your fluid intake. Number 3 is to take some herbs to help speed up your recovery. Number 4, make and drink chicken soup. And number 5 is to decrease mucus forming foods. Now, on to my favorite part of the podcast, which is my herb of the week segment. And this week's herb is, drumroll please, Andrographis. So Andrographis is super bitter. It is in a common supplement called Armour. So if you've taken Armour before, then you've taken Andrographis. It's immune enhancing. So it helps with any acute infection, whether it's a viral, bacterial, or parasitic. It also helps with a chronic infection. And this is my favorite part, it helps with infection prevention. So it's really good for digestive weakness as well. But my favorite bit about it is that it just helps support your immune system. So it helps with recovery from a sickness, cold, cough, the flu. But at the same time, it also helps to boost your immune system and protect you from getting sick. It is most commonly prescribed in a tablet or a capsule form. However, if you are one of my clients, you have likely taken it in liquid form because that's my favorite way to take it. It's extremely bitter, so I do give that warning beforehand. However, it works so fast and so well. My fellow naturopaths laugh when I say antigraphis is my favorite herb because it's just got such a powerful action, and I've seen it work so well so many times that I just can't move on from it. It's just going to be always my favorite herb. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope that you've learned something. I would love for you to pop over to my Instagram page. I'm at Dina Sabbats. And if you're not on Instagram, send me an email, dina@dinasabbats.com. I'd love to hear from you. Did you find this podcast episode helpful? If so, let me know. If you've got any questions or anything that you'd like to know more about, let me know as well. I would love to hear from you. And until next week, stay healthy. And remember, if you are sick, it's likely that your body is sending you a message that you need to rest. So it's a good idea to listen.